Hi everyone, Corey here. Today I'm doing a week ahead reading for January 1st all the way through to January 7th, 2019. Today is January 1st, so Happy New Year. I'm really excited for this year. I think a lot of good things are going to come for us, and I've been referring to this year as the year for yes, and also I believe it's going to be a really lucky year for many of us. And I did a January reading, so you could check that out if you're interested. And the yes card came out, so I believe it was a message that this year is going to turn the no's into yeses with the things that we've been pursuing. So now that I shared that with you and you know what I'm going to do today, I'm going to make some predictions about this week and just see what things we're going to experience. And even though today is already January 1st and I'm doing a week ahead reading, I'm still going to talk about today because this is a big day. I kind of slacked with making this video. I did make it yesterday, but it wasn't like what I wanted it to be, so I'm like redoing it today. But anyways, before I begin this reading, I'd like to say that I have an Etsy shop where I offer my readings, and I don't talk about it in my videos a whole lot, so today I'm going to show you like how you could go directly to my shop and see what services I offer. I'm currently offering a New Year ahead reading, and if you're interested, you could check it out. And I go month to month and make predictions about what that month is going to bring for you for 2019, and it's a really fun reading. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you. And I also offer traditional card readings, so those readings are just Oracle and Tarot cards, but also intuitive guidance. And the soul essence reading that I offer includes energy work and energy healing. So there's no confusion with that. They're two different readings. And I recently got some business cards, so I'm just going to show you. Here it says how you can directly go to my Etsy shop, what you can type in, and also my email. If you have any questions, I'm going to zoom in on this here just so you could see it. The writing's kind of small. So here's my Etsy shop. You can type in CoreyAldrich.etsy.com to go directly to it, and here is my email, so you can email me, and if you have like any reading requests, like pick a card readings, you could even email me any requests that you have, or just about getting a reading from me, whatever questions you have. And you could also go directly to my Etsy shop and contact me there too. So just a little self-promotion before I begin this. Okay, so I'm going to use the Line Strider Tarot today. It's a brand new deck that I just got a couple of days ago, and I'm really loving it. It's one of those decks that I just instantly connected with, so I'm going to use this deck today. And I'm probably going to use more than one deck, more than just this one. But I'm for sure using this one. So let's see what messages Spirit wants to talk about and share with us about this week. Messages about today, but also predictions about this week. And I've recently been inspired to shuffle my decks like this instead. I usually shuffle the cards like this, but this is the way that I've been shuffling recently. Something new for the new year, right? Oh my gosh, this is so positive. We got the Ace of Cups. Wow. This is such a positive card to get for today and next week. Like, my interpretation of this card is it embodies everything that you can feel positively. Like, it's happiness, it's freedom, it's independence, it's assurance of your life and who you are. Like, you just know who you are and you're assured of that. You are sure what you want in life. And I'm thinking, like, what are some other examples of like really positive emotions, because this card, it like embodies like all of them. Nostalgia, feeling lighthearted, feeling very happy and joyous, and like laughter fits into this as well. Just feeling like a lightness to your step. It's like gracefully dancing through life with upliftment and inspiration and creativity, and it's like this burst of sunlight, you know, like it's that moment when you pull back the curtains and the light shines through. It's basically like that, or just like dancing with someone on your wedding day. Like, this is that card. This card talks about that. And happy occasions, special occasions like the first day of 2019, it just perfectly depicts this. It's like a celebration, and it's contentment, it's feeling whole, it's feeling loved. Like, everything you could possibly come up with that fits under happiness and the feelings that you want to feel throughout your entire life. This is the card. This is what that is. And there's a cup here, and with the Ace of Cups, I always refer to the cup as the Holy Grail. It's like the Holy Grail of light, of love, of happiness. It's all of that put into a cup, all in like one day, all in an entire year. It's like fit into a certain time frame, and it's like a streak of good luck, a streak of happiness and enjoyment in life. It's the pleasure of living, it's gratitude. Like, there's so many words that you can use to describe this card and describe the feeling of just being content, and you are happy with where you are in life right now in this moment. So yeah, and this cat has this like string in its mouth, and is connected to this pendant with a cross on it. And this talks about a holiday this week on January 6th, and it's called the Epiphany, and it's actually a Christian day. So they also call it the feast day, Little Christmas, or Three Kings Day. And it's a Christian feast day that celebrates the revelation of God incarnate as Jesus Christ. So this card has like this Christian religious touch to it. It speaks about spirituality and faith and religious systems, belief systems. So I'll show you here. And this is the Holy Grail, and this cat has this like pendulum in his mouth, and it has a cross on it. So I'm gonna zoom in here just so you can see this better. And it looks like a Siamese cat, and this makes me think of ancient Egyptians and how they worshipped cats. They were like gods and goddesses to them, and we see them drawn in hieroglyphics, and they were literally worshipped by them because they were thought to be highly intuitive and they were very connected to the spiritual realm. They were like one with the material but also the spiritual. So this has a message about this week. So I believe that there's going to be this strong aspect of faith and religion, and maybe talking about Bible verses, reading the Bible, looking up facts about different religions, searching for the truth through doctrines that are Christian, Catholic, the New Age, Buddhism, Hinduism, like any kind of religion. You're going to go to religious doctrines and teachings and writings next week to discover a truth about yourself, your life, and to find an answer to a question that you have. And maybe you ask a question this week and the answer comes through someone, like a religious person, a priest or someone that you know, and you meet up with them and they straight up give you the answer without you even asking them. So the answer could come through a person that is knowledgeable about a religion or many religions. They're just very intelligent in that field. They are an expert and that's their expertise. And it could even be a friend that hasn't studied a whole lot about spirituality or this thing that you are searching for answers for, but like they know like one fact about it, and that fact is something they tell you about, and it turns out to be the answer to your question. So there's something to this, and the answer is going to bring peace to you and joy, or there's going to be something said to you that just brings joy to your heart and reassurance that you're where you need to be. Maybe you go to a psychic, maybe you get a reading from me even, or you go to a counselor and they give you this advice and guidance that just allows you to have a peace of mind. There's something very, very powerful that's going to come to you, and it's going to have an effect on you emotionally, and it's going to be like a really positive effect. And another representation I have of this card is the ripple effect. I do have a card in a different deck. I'll take it out just to show you, but like it speaks about how one act of kindness or just one sentence that's said, it actually has this powerful ripple effect to it that some people may overlook, like the power of something you do, the power of your actions, the power of your voice and your words. Sometimes we don't understand or acknowledge the power of who we are and what we do in the world, and how one thing that is said to a person, maybe you smile at someone while you pass them, like down at the mall, you know, like an outside mall, you're shopping, and before you walk into the store you see someone and you just smile and say hello to them. Sometimes we don't acknowledge and we don't know the effect that has on the other person. and we don't see what happens after we say that, you know? We don't know how that makes someone feel. And so I think there's going to be this acknowledgement of how powerfully we can impact someone in a positive way. There's something very, very deep about this. This is a very deep message and something that's going to be very prevalent next week. Like maybe you do something nice for someone and then later you receive a message from them and they say, you have no idea how much you helped me today. And you may not ever grasp the complexity of how much you helped me, you know? Because you don't see that. But when someone tells you that, you're like, oh, wow, like I actually do have a big impact on the people in my life, in the things that I do. And then you take into consideration your actions and how deeply and how positively you can impact people. You can literally change someone's life just by a speech that you give, just by a video that you make, just by something that you decide to write one day and is completely inspired. And it has a ripple effect in someone's life. It ripples outward and you have no idea how far it will go. So there's definitely a message about this. So look at this, it's a ripple effect, and this is the Ace of Cups in my Shadowscapes deck. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this. And this is the Holy Grail cup. And yeah, it just speaks about the ripple effect. And there's something so peaceful and beautiful about the Ace of Cups card. Definitely beautiful card to get. I'm so happy this one came out. And right now it's a time of joy. It's a time of celebration. It's a fresh start. There's like good vibes just permeating today in this week. And you know what? There's also a message about how today, like the positive energy, the upliftment, all of the good times that are created today, the enthusiasm, the optimism, it's going to ripple out into this week. Like it's going to ripple through like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like throughout the entire week. And you know, it's even going to create a ripple effect throughout the entire year. Throughout 2019, it is believed that whatever you do on New Year's Eve, like it creates this ripple effect and this unique and special energy and throughout the entire year. And it just sets the mood, it sets the tone of what 2019 is going to be like. So it's almost like whatever you do today, whatever enjoyment and excitement and whatever you feel today that's positive is going to ripple throughout the rest of this year, even not just this week. So there's definitely something about like this energy that is going to radiate far, very far. So it says that this card speaks about new opportunities, and this makes me really happy. I've been getting this message that some kind of opportunity is going to come to me soon, so it's interesting that this card is about this, new opportunities. And you know, the new year is an opportunity. Like 365 opportunities to change something, to do something, to dream about something, to go somewhere, you know, like you'll see that like 365 days of new opportunities and chances that we have. So it speaks about this. new love. Aw, this is so sweet. I love that this card came out. New Year's, so it's an opportunity for new love as well. We're going to meet a lot of beautiful souls and people and soulmates and possibly true love this year. And that is really exciting, and it's like just around the corner. Increased energy, yes, like I feel that the energy has like lifted a lot. The energy is very, very high, and it's very ascended. On the 1st of January, there's like this overpouring enthusiasm and excitement and happiness and exuberance. That word popped into my head. An exuberance of joy and just people smiling and laughing and connecting with their family members and their loved ones, you know. It's a time of celebration, and it's like reaching the finish line. We have finished 2018, and now it's a fresh start for all of us. And that's something to celebrate. It's like a new opportunity that we have to change your lives or make a New Year's resolution and follow through with it, you know? So the energy is increased. It's like very, very high right now. It's raised up because of the collective consciousness and how a lot of us are feeling right now. Spiritual awakening, ooh. There could be an awakening next week. I did talk about spirituality and receiving messages, so there may be like this big revelation that just hits you this week, and it adds to your spiritual awakening, or a lot of people may actually have some kind of spiritual awakening next week. Some kind of epiphany, maybe like it's that event that like changes someone's life in a sense, like changes your belief system. Like it's like seeing a ghost one day and being like, oh, you know what, maybe there is a spirit world. You know, it's basically like that. There's going to be something like that like plants the seed of your beliefs. It's like an altering of your beliefs, and it's an awakening. It awakens you to a new world, new possibilities, new opportunities. It's this pure revelation, and it could be spiritual, or it could be a revelation and an awakening to your destiny, your purpose, something really, really big. The Ace of Cups also talks about learning and potential. And I did mention that we may find the answer to our question through a person or a spiritual teacher or an expert that is knowledgeable about something that you are asking about. Whatever it is, it could be so many different things. But this is talking about how we are going to learn something new next week, and it is going to shape some kind of belief you have, whether it's spiritual or about your life. Like, it will further confirm your feelings and thoughts and what you were hoping for. It's like a confirmation, but it's also an answer and something new that you've never heard of before. And like, you kind of step into a world, into a realm of something entirely new to you. something that you've never considered to learn about before. Maybe it's astrology, maybe it's cars, you know, it could be so many different things. It could be a hobby, or it could be something that may actually be a future career for you, but you're going to dip your toe into this certain study or way of thinking. It could be philosophical, like some kind of philosophy. Maybe someone gifted you a book this Christmas and you start reading it, and it has this unique philosophy that you've never heard of before, but it actually speaks to you. It's something that you believe and it makes sense to you, like whatever question you had or whatever way you think of life, it like further confirms that, or it's a new way of thinking that you've never thought of before, but it's actually better. It's like a better belief system than what you initially had, and you start adopting some of these like thoughts, these written doctrines, or something written like a passage in this new book that you started to read. Like it's something new and it's really exciting, it's really inspiring. Like I love this feeling when I discover something, like scrying. Like when I learned about that, like I was just so fascinated about it, how some people will gaze into a mirror and they will begin to see visions within the mirror. It's like an intermediary between our world and the unseen world. And the Ace of Cups card also talks about this, because we see this cup like in both of these cards, in the Ace of Cups cards. And I know some people, they will put water in a cup or a bowl and they'll gaze into it and they'll start seeing visions, and it like opens their mind to certain insights and answers. And this pendulum, like it is a pendulum in a sense, so it's talking about dowsing rods, scrying with water or crystals, like crystal gazing, using a pendulum, any kind of divination like that, even using cards. We're going to feel inspired to do this next week, or do some kind of new thing that brings clarity to a question or a belief or some kind of experience you had. Maybe you experienced something and you can't find any kind of information on it, and so you can't wrap your head around it. Like, what in the world happened? And it could be spiritual, you know? Like you see some kind of like orb in your backyard and you've never heard of orbs before, so you don't know how to find like, what was this experience? What did I see? And there's going to be a revelation to that. There's going to be some kind of awakening and some kind of answer through a book, through a person, or through a pendulum, through cards, through scrying, looking in water, looking in a crystal, gazing, and opening up your mind to psychic insights and connecting to your intuition to find whatever it is that you're looking for. It's about self-discovery. That's what I'm hearing. Next week is about self-discovery. Yeah. And I think I already showed you this, but I'm just going to show it to you again. Even like kinesiology, like you could get into that or learn about like breath work, something spiritual, and on this side of the spectrum that would be considered like maybe unusual or weird to some people because it's just new and different, but it's exciting to learn about. It's something new and we love the new. And you know, like in the first of the year of a new year, we are open to learning new things. Like we make the resolutions and maybe we never stepped into a gym before, but because it's the new year, like we make that goal for ourselves. Like I'm actually going to do this this year. I'm actually going to travel to New Zealand. And I've never traveled before, but I'm going to do this. Like we're open to new possibilities, new opportunities, because it makes us evaluate what we have already done, like in 2018 and even before that. And we want to bring something new into our lives. It's a new year, so let's do something new. You know, that's the question. And you start like brainstorming, you start opening your mind to like new ways of living, new ways of being, new ways of expressing yourself. So it's like, it's quite beautiful, this energy that I'm feeling for next week. And I also realized that this card actually is associated with the number 1, and I'm talking about January 1st, like the 1st of 2019, and the Ace of Cups came out. And yeah, so it's associated with number 1 because Ace is like number 1. So the Ace of Cups is a card of beginnings. First day of the year, the opportunity for happiness and emotional and spiritual fulfillment has presented itself, or it will. It can indicate the start of a new relationship, platonic or romantic, or an opportunity that, if you choose to accept it, will bring positive energy into your life. And we are accepting this new year, and so it's an opportunity to bring positive energy into our lives. You know, it's an opportunity to consider doing something new and changing our lives for the better. The water in the card reflects the potential flow of emotions and positive ideas, the ability to give and accept love, and opening the heart and mind to new possibilities. Yeah. The Ace of Cups is also about bringing emotion into creative expression. Now may be the time to set aside the analytical approach in favor of the spiritual or emotional. Like all cups, this card is associated with relationships, creativity, compassion, and the ability to connect with others. In a reading, this card often speaks of reaching the culmination of something, the rewards that come after a period of hard work or investment. And it's also a good omen in the realm of soulmates, finding yours or bonding with a loved one in a significant way. And many of us like want to find love. Like that's one New Year's resolution for some people. Like someone may decide to go on a dating site because they want to meet someone, they want to find true love and that soulmate. And that's a big New Year's resolution. And the card indicates true love. And it doesn't say much else about this, but this is just so exciting. It's such a positive card to get. Okay, so I'm going to use my Guardian Angel Tarot next. Let's see what else Spirit wants to share about this week. Ooh, okay. Healer of action. Hopefully you could see that. You could pause it if you need more time to read it. This is a time when you could do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. You are being asked to do many things at once. You won't mind as long as you know you're making a difference. Oh wow, I did mention that, like how we come to realize how much of an impact we have on others and how we can actually make a difference by writing, speaking, taking action on different pursuits. And you realize that it's not just for your own happiness, it's also for others' happiness. You know, like when you do what you love, it brings love to those around you. It's just what happens. It's a ripple effect, you know, like you do something and that action has like this certain energy, it has this certain impact, and then it ripples outward, it radiates outwards, and it touches those that are near you, you know? So it's coming to the realization of that, in that revelation, like I can make a difference. My words have meaning and they can impact people positively and they can inspire. This card indicates someone who's loving, intelligent, passionate, and fun, which could definitely describe you. This person can handle difficult situations with grace. And it's beautiful how this card talks about you can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open, and we are very open right now to new opportunities, new things to learn about, and new ways of expressing ourselves. Our hearts are open, so that means there are new things we can accomplish, new things we can pursue, and therefore we impact many people by doing that, but we also impact ourselves. Like emotionally, we start to feel happier and brighter, you know, like we just light up the room, and we become that light, like the true reflection of who we are. We become more our authentic self. And there's that expression that people say, like you were glowing. And so whatever you decide to do, whatever goals you have, whatever New Year's resolutions, they're going to make you glow if you choose to have an open heart and be open to accepting this new thing in your life and pursuing it and acting upon it. And it's going to have a positive effect on you, but it's also going to have a positive effect on those around you as well. It's like a ripple effect. Okay. Let's see what else Spirit wants to share about this week. Awareness. Interesting. I was talking about that. Oh, there's another card. Oh my gosh. It's just validating this. Okay. Awareness and education. This is confirmation of what I've been talking about. Like, I did mention learning from someone, learning from some book that you read, or even going online and discovering something. It's like self-discovery and discovering something about the world, but it's also about awareness, like awareness of what your heart is leading you towards, awareness of an answer. You become aware, you become awakened to the answer to your question, the answer that will change your life, that solution that you've been searching for. And it could come through a person. Someone tells you what the solution is, or you become aware of it yourself. Your intuition guides you to that awareness, and you feel inspired to educate yourself. Next week is about education and learning, and like going to someone to specifically learn, or you just have a conversation with a friend and you end up learning something new. There's definitely like an aspect of this. It's highlighted. just give me a moment to see if there's anything else about this. A goal that some of you may have is to go back to school and further your education. You may want to take a class to learn something new, like you learn crocheting, or you want to learn pottery, or you actually want to go back to college and further your degree, or you want to take online classes. There's definitely something about this, like the excitement and the inspiration and the creativity that's coming to you with this new year. It's calling you to learn something different or further your education, further learn about whatever career field you are pursuing or in. You want to learn as much as you possibly can. You just want to know more. That's something that we are going to want more of this week, and it's something that we're going to pursue. Oh my gosh, like I just looked at this card and the lady is knitting, like crocheting. So that could be something that comes up for some of you. Maybe you have already learned how to crochet or knit, and you decide to take the sewing needle out and needle and thread. You take out the needle and thread and you start to create something like a hat or a scarf. And it's about like self-development. That's what this week is about. It's like becoming a master of your life and a master at whatever you love. Like if you love to knit, you start to knit more and you become like an expert at it, and people now want like a hat that you make. Like they see a hat you made and they ask like how much it would be if you made one for them, you know, like is further educating yourself on whatever you are doing, or is educating yourself on something entirely different, something that you've never considered before, but now you consider it and you become aware of it and it interests you, it catches your attention. So that's what this week is going to be about, and we're going to spend a lot of time with those that we love, like family members, our spouses, children, anyone that's in our lives. Like we're going to spend more time with them and do fun activities as well. Like maybe you'll play bingo, like you'll go to bingo night with your family or a friend and do that for fun, or you'll go to a movie together, or you'll play a board game at home. There's something about this as well, and it's like comfort. It's like the feeling of being home next to the fire and your dog or cat is laying next to you and you're with your family members and it's just peaceful. It's like a peaceful night at home. That's the energy of this week. It's comfort, it's contentment, and it's nostalgia. It's being grateful for what you have and the family that you have and the people that are around you, and it's opening your heart to more experiences, new ways of being, and all of those beautiful things. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'd love to read some comments about your experiences this week, and I'd love to see how it plays out for you. I'm excited to see how it plays out for me, and I hope you have a lovely first day of 2019 and a lovely first week of 2019. So exciting. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.